The alarm klaxons blared across Outpost 7 as Lieutenant Commander Jake Morrison stared at his tactical console with mounting unease. The data refused to add up. Something massive was moving through the void toward the neutral zone dividing human and Valyrian space. Something that shouldn't exist. Jake rubbed his exhausted eyes and checked the readouts again. No change. Whatever it was measured nearly 3 times larger than the biggest Valyrian dreadnought ever built. It traveled with total silence. No engine output, no heat trace, no electromagnetic readings matching anything in their archives. Captain Lisa Brooks appeared beside Jake's station holding a mug of coffee. She had commanded Outpost 7 for 3 years. In all that time, she had never seen her top tactical officer look so rattled. "What's on your scope, Jake?" she asked, leaning in to view the screen. Jake pointed at the colossal blip in the middle. "Unknown contact approaching Grid 74 Alpha. Size estimates put it around 1,500 meters bow to stern. That's bigger than anything we've logged." Lisa set down her coffee and slid into the chair beside him. She had spent enough years along the Valyrian frontier to know unknown ships that size meant serious trouble. The Empire hated surprises, especially when they surfaced in their backyard. "Any weapon signatures?" she asked. Jake slowly shook his head. "That's the strange part, Captain. I'm not picking up any standard armaments. No plasma batteries, no missile pods, no beam arrays, but there is something else." He changed the display to raw energy scans. The monitor filled with readings unlike anything Lisa had ever seen. Frequencies that matched no known science. Energy levels absurd for a vessel that size. "Power output's off the scale," Jake explained. "Whatever drives that thing generates more energy than this entire outpost burns in a month. And here's the odd part. Most of it's contained somehow, like it's not bleeding radiation into space like normal reactors." Lisa studied the readings grimly. In her experience, ships moving without visible engines while packing absurd power usually fell into 2 categories: impossibly advanced or catastrophically unstable. "Time to neutral zone?" she asked. Jake rechecked his math. "At present velocity, roughly 6 hours. But Captain, there's another thing. I ran its signature through both Alliance libraries. 0 matches in human or Valyrian records. This thing's not local." Lisa felt a cold weight settle in her gut. Unknown alien vessels were every border officer's nightmare. The last time humanity ran into truly foreign tech, the outcome was catastrophic. Whole colonies vanished before communication even began. "Priority signal Admiral Clark aboard Sovereign's Might," she ordered. "Full sensor dump, flag at first contact." Jake nodded, fingers flying across the console. Lisa knew Ryan Clark wouldn't enjoy being dragged out of bed over what might be sensor phantoms. But ignoring this could end her command and get people killed. While Jake transmitted the report, Lisa crossed to the observation deck. Through the clear aluminum panes, she saw only the stars and the faint glow of Valyrian space. It all looked calm and still. It always did before everything fell apart. Her thoughts broke when Communications Officer Danny Smith called from across the command pit. "Captain, we're picking up strange fluctuations from the contact. Might be running some kind of diagnostics." Lisa hurried back to the tactical display where Jake had pulled up a live feed on the unknown vessel. As they watched, the energy levels rose and fell in a precise rhythm. Short bursts of light shimmered around the ship at scattered intervals. "Weapons calibration," Jake guessed darkly. Lisa wasn't convinced. The sequence looked structured, deliberate. It reminded her of the shakedown trials new ships performed before full deployment. "Or maybe it's just a systems check," she offered slowly. Jake turned toward her, surprised. "You think this is a prototype?" "Consider it," Lisa answered. "Unknown tech, enormous frame, impossible energy signatures, no records anywhere. What if this isn't an invasion? What if it's a lone ship running tests?" The idea carried terrifying logic. If someone now possessed technology capable of building such a vessel, the balance of power had shifted overnight. The real question was who created it, and their intent. Admiral Clark's reply arrived faster than Lisa expected. His message was short, blunt. "Maintain surveillance. Do not engage. Full battle group inbound. Arrival in 4 hours." Lisa felt both relief and dread. Relief because she wouldn't face this alone. Dread because Clark never traveled light. He preferred force, sometimes over caution. Jake glanced up from his board, concern replacing focus. "Captain, the contact altered course. It's coming straight at us." Lisa's pulse jumped. If it was hostile, Outpost 7 stood no chance. Their defenses could stop raiders, not something like this. Time until intercept, she pressed. 2 hours, Jake confirmed. 2 hours, meaning Clark's fleet would meet the contact at their doorstep. Lisa prayed it was coordination, not calamity. She keyed the intercom. All personnel, this is the captain. Unknown vessel inbound. This is not a drill. Report readiness immediately. As confirmations rolled in, Lisa fought to stay composed. Deep down, she knew the next few hours would decide whether they met a friend or faced extinction. Either way, peace here had ended. Admiral Ryan Clark paced the bridge of Sovereign's Might, reviewing Outpost 7's data feed. The figures contradicted everything. By all accounts, humans ranked among the weakest powers in the sector. Their fleets were crude beside Valyrian designs, yet the scans showed technology beyond comprehension. General Alex Stone studied the tactical board, unease deepening. He'd battled human forces in the border conflicts 5 years earlier. Their ships were rugged but not extraordinary. Fusion cores, chemical drives, primitive energy weapons, nothing resembling this. Impossible, Alex murmured, pointing at the spikes. These power returns don't add up. Not even antimatter cores push that high. Clark nodded grimly. Either Outpost 7's sensors were lying, or humanity had leapt forward in ways no one predicted. Neither outcome felt safe. Intelligence Chief Carol Bennett entered carrying a stack of encrypted files. She'd spent the last hour combing Imperial archives for human weapons research. What she uncovered hadn't eased her nerves at all. Admiral, I've reviewed every intelligence report on human technology, Carol said as she approached the command station. Nothing we have suggests they could ever build what Outpost 7 describes. She opened her folder, spreading several images of human warships across the table. The pictures showed blocky utilitarian vessels with exposed gun ports and obvious thruster assemblies. They looked exactly as expected, practical machines from a race that valued function over elegance. Their largest battleship barely reaches 400 meters, Carol continued. Most of their fleet consists of frigates and destroyers under 200. The idea that they'd produced a 1,500-meter vessel sounded absurd. Admiral Clark studied the photos closely. Carol was right. Human ships looked crude beside the graceful, aerodynamic Valyrian cruisers. Yet Outpost 7's sensors told a different story entirely. What if they had outside help? General Stone suggested. What if someone gave them the technology? Carol shook her head. We monitor every human transmission. Our agents cover their shipyards. No sign of contact with any superior power. As far as records show, they've met no civilization beyond us. Admiral Clark set the images aside and turned toward the main view screen. Beyond the clear aluminum panels, the stars of the neutral zone gleamed coldly while the unknown vessel closed in. 2 hours until interception. Dr. Ford, he called toward the science station. Analysis on the energy readings? Dr. Nathan Ford looked up, his face torn between awe and concern. A lifetime spent studying alien relics and archaeological mysteries hadn't prepared him for this. The Outpost 7 readings felt eerily familiar, though he couldn't yet place them. Admiral, these patterns are beyond modern science, Nathan said slowly. But they resemble certain precursor artifacts we've recovered over the years. A murmur swept the bridge. The precursors, every Imperial child learned the legends, a civilization so ancient and advanced its achievements bordered on divinity. Then they vanished, leaving only shattered ruins and incomprehensible devices. You believe humans found precursor tech? Clark asked sharply. Nathan hesitated, then nodded once. It would explain the impossible energy returns. Their devices defy physics itself. If humanity uncovered even a fragment and learned to use it. He left the thought unfinished. None aboard required explanation. The precursors had shifted planets, manufactured stars, built weapons capable of erasing entire systems. If humanity possessed anything close to that power, the galaxy's balance had already changed. General Stone summoned a fleet overlay displaying current Imperial deployments. Even recalling every warship, he said grimly, we're outmatched if humans built more like this one. How many could they have constructed? Carol cross-checked her files. Industrial limits suggest no more than a dozen, she admitted. But Admiral, one ship with that capability could annihilate our Navy. Clark felt the full weight of command settle across his shoulders. One decision might now decide the Empire's fate. Attack and fail, and humanity would sweep unopposed across Valyrian space. Retreat and admit Imperial weakness before the galaxy. What of their intent? He asked tightly. Changing course toward Outpost 7 could be seen as aggression. Dr. Ford lifted his gaze. Or curiosity. The precursors valued experimentation. Perhaps this crew wants only to watch our reaction. Clark set his jaw. We hold position as ordered, battle group ready for anything. If it fires, we respond with full force. Better war than extinction. Across the bridge, crews armed weapons, overcharged shields, tuned comms to every frequency in case diplomacy remained possible. As Sovereign's might and its escorts accelerated toward the neutral zone, Admiral Clark wondered if he was about to start the most catastrophic battle in Imperial history, or prevent one. With his people's survival on the line, he knew there was no turning back. Liberty Bell, watching the stars streak past on the main view screen. It was only their third day out from Earth, yet already the prototype vessel exceeded all expectations. The fusion cores thrummed with flawless output, while the mysterious alien systems integrated seamlessly into human engineering. Chief Engineer Megan Hughes reported from her station near the aft bridge. Captain, all systems green. Power core stable. Hybrid drives delivering extraordinary efficiency. Sam nodded, pleased. Liberty Bell represented 5 years of painstaking work and reverse engineering technology salvaged from an alien wreck drifting near Jupiter. Nobody knew who built that ship or its origin, but scientists decoded enough to design this hybrid craft. Any contact from Earth? Sam asked his comms officer, Danny Rodriguez. Danny shook his head. Nothing yet, Captain. Still outside normal radio range. Quantum channels live, but command insists on silence until testing completes. Sam understood. Liberty Bell was humanity's most advanced and secret project. Its alien-derived systems reached far beyond existing science. Command wanted full control before announcing its existence. Weapons Officer Tony Garcia frowned over his console. Captain, I'm detecting unusual signatures on long-range scans. Could be incoming traffic. Sam crossed to his station. Multiple objects approached on converging vectors. Their readings looked artificial, likely warships. Identification? Sam prompted. Tony adjusted filters, finally replying, configuration matches Valyrian Imperial Navy. 1 heavy cruiser, 3 escorts. Full combat power online. This isn't a drill or routine patrol. Sam felt tension tighten in his chest. Liberty Bell was supposed to test an empty space far from civilization. Their presence meant the mission was compromised. ETA? Sam asked. 90 minutes at present velocity, Tony confirmed. Formation suggests hostile intent. Megan glanced up, uneasy. Captain, if they're coming, they detected our emissions. Hybrid systems radiate exotic signatures ordinary sensors might flag as anomalous. Sam suspected she was right. The alien hardware operated on principles nobody fully grasped. Blending it with human machinery produced effects they hadn't mapped. Something harmless to them might look terrifying to outsiders. All hands, Sam broadcast shipwide. Unknown warships inbound. Possible hostile contact. Combat readiness protocol now. Crew drilled procedures automatically. Weapons primed. Defensive fields charged. Experimental vessel or not, Liberty Bell carried teeth if needed. Captain, Rodriguez called. Receiving transmission. Lead ship identifies as Sovereign's Might. Admiral Ryan Clark commanding. Sam recognized the name. Imperial strategist. Famed for decisive, often brutal tactics. His arrival screamed intentional pursuit. Someone viewed Liberty Bell as dangerous. Open channel, Sam ordered. Danny tried repeatedly, then shook his head. No response, Captain. They're ignoring us. Tactical alarms escalated. Captain, Tony reported sharply. Valyrian weapons charging, plasma arrays, particle beams spinning up. Sam made his choice. If they armed, Liberty Bell wouldn't stay exposed. The prototype carried experimental armaments never trialed in combat, their theoretical performance staggering. Raise defensive grid, charge all weapons, Sam ordered. Do not lock targets unless fired upon. We won't trigger a war by accident. Blue light washed the bridge as alien energy shields enveloped the hull, forming a barrier designed, on paper, to resist anything known. But theory differed from reality. Megan monitored power flows where alien and human tech meshed uneasily. Captain, shield stable, but readings show unknown interactions across system interfaces. Energy patterns don't match anything recorded. Sam realized Valyrian sensors surely saw the same anomalies. To them, Liberty Bell looked wholly alien. No wonder they advanced with weapons live. Distance dwindled.